Hey, welcome back to the Sales Talk with Contractors podcast. Today we're going to be talking about sales. In today's market, a lot of contractors are throwing out low bids to win jobs, and there's a lot of homeowners that are looking to go with the lowest price. So for us as a quality contractor to win jobs, we really need to be able to sell ourselves. The problem is a lot of contractors aren't comfortable going in-house, being salesy, and giving a sales presentation to the homeowner. So today what I'm going to show you is a two-step system that anyone can use, whether you like sales, whether you hate it, whether you're uncomfortable with it. Doesn't matter who you are, you're going to be able to use this two-step process to consistently land jobs over the low bids without giving a sales presentation in-house. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and jump into the episode, and I hope you like it. Thanks. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kevin Robert. I just wanted to record a quick podcast episode here. It's may not even be considered a podcast because it's probably only going to be a few minutes. We'll see, depending on how long I ramble. But I wanted to talk about home improvement sales. So I see a lot of contractors that are in like the Facebook groups or on contractor forums, or even guys I know, being out in the field myself, right, being in the industry, that they complain about, losing bids to, people that are underbidding them, or complaining about the low bidders and stuff like that, right? And although those people are really bad for our industry and they should be charging what they're worth, it's not something that should really affect us. We should never really be competing on price. If you're worried about those people, then you're doing something wrong in your process, right? So we shouldn't be worried about those people. If we have the right process in place, you can win jobs over people that are half your price all day long, right? You can charge what you want to charge to make the money for you, to make the money for the company, to make the money for the employees, and grow the business the way you want to grow it, right? Usually the contractors that are the ones complaining about this are the guys that are still going to a home, to an estimate appointment, and measuring up the job. And then they tell the homeowner, okay, I got everything I need. I'm going to send you, I'll send you a quote in, 3-4 days or whatever. Right. And usually they're late on that. Usually it turns into like a week or two, right? They don't even send it out on time. But when you're doing that, when you're not doing any selling at all and you're just measuring up the job and sending out a price, then you're putting yourself intentionally in that rat race where you're competing on price, right? When you compete on price, you lose every single time, right? You lose because most of the time you're not going to get the job because there's always someone lower, right? There's people out there that will do a kitchen remodel for $150, beer money for the weekend, right? So you either lose because you don't win the job, or you lose because you're cutting your costs, right? Doing everything you can to get the price low, so you're probably not going to make a lot of money on that job. And then the homeowner loses most of the time because they're not getting quality work, or they're getting a bad experience from the contractor, right? There's exceptions. There's guys that are, charging really low prices that are going to go out and do good work. But unfortunately, in our industry, it's actually, they're much more likely, just statistically speaking here, much more likely to have a bad experience with a contractor than a good one, right? So when you're just sending out the quote like that because you're afraid to sell, or you're uncomfortable selling, or you don't like how you think that the homeowner might perceive you if you try to do some selling, everyone loses in those situations, right? You lose and the homeowner loses. Okay. Now, the best way to win jobs, to get yourself out of that, is to go in and one call close the deal. Okay. Now, I know a lot of guys aren't comfortable with that, and I'm going to go over an alternative way that you can actually sell jobs with really not having to sell. And you'll see what I mean in a minute, right? But if you have the balls to do it, the best way to sell jobs is to learn a sales process, right? Go take a training or something and go in, go through your process. There's all kinds of systems out there, right? I would recommend Rodney Webb. That's one of the guys I learned from when I was first starting. Tried and true system, works awesome. Rodney Webb, you could check him out. But you can learn a sales process. You can go in, run through that one call close. It can be an uncomfortable situation if you're not, comfortable selling and you're not used to it. But that is the best way to do it. And that's how all the big companies do it, right? You go look at any top dog company in your area and they're giving in-home sales presentations and they're closing the deal on the spot, right? Or you got to hire a sales rep. Okay, but that's a whole nother issue because these guys aren't just going to go out and bring in work like you think they're going to, right? They have huge egos, they're hard to deal with. A lot of times, if you just let them run loose on their own, they're going to damage your reputation more than they're going to help the company, right? So if you're going to hire a sales rep, you got to have a sales manager, got to have a whole bunch of stuff in place, or you got to do it yourself, right? Now, if you're uncomfortable selling, if you're just one of those guys that owns a small company, maybe it's just you actually doing the work yourself, or you just have a small crew of guys and you're a contractor at heart. You just like going out there, getting your hands dirty, right? Doing good work, good craftsmanship, and you're not a salesperson. That's fine, right? And probably most contractors in the US are like that. And if that's the case for you and you're uncomfortable with it, there is a system you could use that'll kind of ease that up for you, and you don't have to actually put yourself in that uncomfortable situation, but you'll still be able to land those jobs over the low bids and be able to really sell yourself and your company, right? And I wanted to go over that here. So it's basically a 2-call system. Okay. And the first call here, so when I say 2-call, I mean like 2 meetings with the homeowners, right? 2 appointments. Okay. And so on the first appointment, so obviously, you got the appointment set, right? However that happened. And then the first appointment, you're going to go out to the home and you're going to basically do what you normally do, right? You're going to go out there, knock on the door, small talk, right? Get in the house. You actually are doing some selling right there without really knowing it, right? As long as you're not an asshole, right? If you're a cool guy and nice, right? You're building rapport. You can go in and talk about technicalities of the project so that they know that you know your shit, right? But you go in and do what you normally do, right? You go in, you build rapport, you talk to them, you take your measurements, just like normal. And then what you're going to do is you're going to set a follow-up appointment. Okay, so you're going to say, "Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, right? Got everything I need. Took all the measurements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the office. I'm going to crunch some numbers. I'm going to put this together for you guys because I want to make sure it's accurate. And I want to make sure you're, we're including everything you guys want in here. So I'm going to take a day or two to put this together. And then I want to come back out and present you guys with, a couple price options, a couple different options as far as getting this done. Sound fair? Cool. How's Thursday next week? Book that follow-up appointment. Okay. And when you're doing these follow-up appointments, you don't want it any more than 2 days out. Okay. I know I just said like Thursday of next week, made it sound like it was like a week out, but that's just an example. You don't want to have them any farther than two days out. Okay. That's your time frame right there. If it's any farther than 2 days out, you risk another company coming in and closing the deal before you. And then here in California, there's a 3-day right to cancel. I know that's different in different areas, but I'm in California. I do, when we do the meetings like this, we're mainly, we go in 1-call close, but we do some of the 2-call system stuff as well. And if they sign with another company, there's a 3-day right to cancel. So if we book the appointment, the follow-up appointment 2 days out, then if they did sign with another company, we're still within that frame where we can come back and we could, as harsh as it may sound, convince them to go with us over the other company, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know I'm going to do a good job. I know I'm going to give them exactly what they want. I know we're fair priced. and we're going to make the experience smooth for them. And so I have no problem at all destroying other companies in my area, right? Morally and ethically, right? Just competing business wise. And if you believe in yourself, you should have that mentality also. Okay. So you're going to set your follow up appointment. And then the main thing is you want to make sure that if your follow up appointment is going to be where you're physically going back there, right? Your second call, you want to make sure you get back there and that they don't cancel or something, right? And they will cancel. So the best thing to do is you want to leave something behind to get yourself back in the door no matter what. Okay? And the best thing to leave, I think, and and what we do is we have a big 3-ring binder where we have a whole bunch of like case studies and testimonials actually printed out and laminated. Okay. And so basically what that looks like is, they open up the binder. There's a page that has a before picture of the project, and then there's an after picture of the project on the bottom. And then there's a picture with me or one of my reps and the homeowners all standing there smiling right next to the project, everyone happy. And then you flip the page. On the back of the page, there is a testimonial from the homeowner, right? So I would recommend building a binder like that. And if you don't have that, start doing it. And you could also put, if you have like online reviews, right, Facebook, Google, or whatever, you could print some of those out and put them in the binder as well. Okay. And so you're going to leave the binder with them because you want them to take a look at it, while you're putting the price together before you come back for the second call. But also, it's going to keep their level of certainty high about you, right? And it's going to get you, more importantly, back in the house. So if they try to cancel, right, they may still try to cancel, but you can say, yeah, no problem. I understand, it's a big decision. You had a lot of options. What I'm going to do though, I'm going to come by and pick up my binder if that's all right. What time works? And then you have, a chance to work your way back in. Now, my message here is kind of, this is a way for guys that don't like selling to do it. So, take some salesmanship, obviously, to work your way back in. So maybe that's, and it wouldn't really work out for you, but, it opens back up the conversation, right? You can go there, pick up your binder, ask them what they thought about it, ask them what the factors were in making a decision, find out why they canceled. If they went with another company, find out why, right? And then you have another chance to repitch your company and see if you can offer something to switch it over, right? That's happened many times. Can't tell you how many times I've been in house with a homeowner and they had already signed with someone, and we go ahead and call that company together and go ahead and get that canceled and sign them up for us, right? So that's that. You run your first appointment, you leave the binder or something. Binder works best. And then you're going to go home or to the office, put your quote together, put everything together. And the most important part of this, okay, because I know you're probably wondering, well, where's the difference? Like, where is the selling, right? Now, am I going to land the jobs over the low bids? So far, this sounds like exactly what I do already. So what you're going to do is you're going to send them information before you come back for the second call. There's 2 ways you could do this. It could either be a packet of information that someone drops off at the door in between that time. But what I prefer is to send over a few videos. And that's the way that we do it, right? We got really, really big on doing kind of the 2-call thing during COVID. Okay. And so we send over videos. Now, building the presentation is like a whole separate video here, but the basics of it are, every good presentation is going to sell the homeowner on the company, the product, and the process. Okay. And it's also going to sell the homeowner onto your company and off of every other company. And there's a way to do that in an elegant way that's where you're not talking about competition, right? There's a way to sell the homeowner onto your product that you offer and off of every other product, and then onto your installation process off of every other option, right? And to go back to the product portion, if you don't have like a product that you use, then you got to get yourself set up for that if you really want to have success selling, right? You can't be one of these guys that's, if you're doing windows, going in and asking the homeowner, well, what type of window do you want? We have Milgard, we have Pella, we have Amlin, we have Anderson, right? You got to have like your thing, right? You got to have your window. Like over here at Powerhouse Renovations, we sell Amlin windows. That's the brand we sell. That's all we sell. And since we sell that, that's the best freaking window in the world. Everything else sucks. Ours is the best, right? That's how you differentiate yourself. You got to have like your thing, right? And the way that you sell, just to like touch on this quickly, sell them off of every other option that they're thinking, right? Is you just bring up every other option, and you do it in a way that doesn't sound salesy. It just kind of sounds like you're going through their options with them. For example, if I'm selling a kitchen remodel, right? They can, let's say I'm selling kitchen remodels, and the only thing my company does is we do the whole thing, right? We rip out all the cabinets, we replace them, full gutted new kitchen, right? Well, there's different options these days for kitchens, right? They could like reskin the cabinets, make it look different. They could even put like a skin over the countertops to make it look different. They could paint the cabinets. There's all kinds of like, there's like the stick-on backsplash shit, right? There's all kinds of stuff that they could do, right? But we only do the full remodel. So a lot of homeowners are going to be thinking, well, do we want to get the full thing done, or should we just, do this? Should we do this option? Should we just reskin it, right? So I'm going to eliminate all that stuff in their mind. And what that's going to basically sound like is, first I'm going to pitch my company, like I said, and then I'm going to the product, right? So I'm going to say, so when it comes to remodeling your kitchen, you obviously have a few different options. Option number one is you can just paint the cabinets, right? It's going to make everything look brand new. It's going to make it look a whole different feel to your kitchen, right? You can get new doors, which aren't going to be that expensive. Looks like brand new cabinets, right? Like you just replace the cabinets. But the thing with that is, and then bam, 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 I'm going to have cons about that. They're going to just like be like a total turnoff where they just, there's no question in their mind where they don't want to do that now, right? So I'm bringing up the option, giving a few pros, because you don't want to just talk bad about it. Otherwise they're going to know you're trying to sell them off it, right? I'm going to bring up a few pros, and then I'm going to bring up the cons, and the cons are going to far outweigh the pros to the point where it's not even an option anymore. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then the next thing, another option, option number two would be to reskin the cabinets and stick these backsplash stickers on, right? Again, couple pros, couple cons, bam, that's eliminated in their mind. And then the best option, and what we prefer to do, is to do a full remodel, right? Rip out the cabinets, everything comes out. Cool thing about this is you could change the footprint. You can get that island we talked about, right? We could open up this wall right here. So there's more, more open concept, whatever, right? And then it's all obviously all pros for that, right? That's the best option. Okay. So now they had all these factors in their head, right? Should we do this, this, this? Now I have them dead set on they're going to replace the whole thing. Well, now that they know that, okay, well now there's a shitload of options for cabinets and all this stuff. So now I'm gonna go into that, right? Now, when it comes to replacing your full kitchen, you obviously have a lot of options with that. There's these types of cabinets, this quality, this grade, blah, blah, blah. Again, pros, cons, what we offer is the best, is what it comes down to at the end. And then we go to installation process. A couple different ways to do this, right? And I'm going to bring up the ways that other contractors do it that is horrible, right? And it's going to cause it to not come out good. And then the way we do it, which is going to look like the best, right? And I'm doing that at the very beginning with my company also. So you can see how we're selling them off of the other options without talking bad or making it like obvious. talking bad about competitors, right? And that's the way you do it. That's a good presentation. And basically what you're doing is you narrow everything down to you to where they know for a fact, and they confirm this in the presentation, by the way. They just told you that they only want a company that has, your accolades, whatever you want over in the company. They only want that. They only want to get a full kitchen remodel. They only want that full kitchen remodel with those specific products that you went over. And they only want that installation process. Now, in order for them to go out into the market to get an equal bid on what you just offered them and find a company where all the stars align to where they have all those things that they just said they absolutely have to have or it's a deal breaker, they're just not going to find it, right? They're going to have to get like 100 quotes to find someone that matches it, right? And so you narrow everything down to you. Looks like you're the only option, and they're basically boxed in to where they're contradicting themselves if they are looking into anything else, right? And you didn't really do anything that was like a hard sell, right? Now, if you have to one call close it, then you kind of get into the hard sell stuff. But that presentation alone is enough to close a lot more jobs than you're closing now if you're just sending out bids, and to close those jobs over guys that are bidding like half your price. You'll do that all day long doing a presentation like that. Okay. If you want any more info on the presentation, feel free to reach out to me. We could talk about it, but that's kind of like a whole separate video. We can get like really into that, but that's not what this is about. Okay. So what you're going to do, going back to the 2-call system here, you're going to put together that presentation. You're going to split it up into a few different videos. Okay. You don't want to make your videos long. You want to kind of compress it into like maximum like 10 minutes per video. Otherwise, they're just not going to watch it, right? People have short attention spans. And so like one video is going to be the company story. One video is going to be the product, right? And then the other video, the process. We're going to hit on all three things that we do in our presentation. We sell on company, product, process. And if you want to, you could add another video in there with, like urgency, some kind of like special deal you have going on right now. And you'll be talking about that with them when you come back out. All right, you could add that in if you want to. And so you ran your first call, right? Left the binder, go back to the office, you start hitting them with those videos, right? And you obviously let them know you're going to be sending them stuff before the follow-up call so they can look out for it. Okay, you're going to be hitting them with those videos, 1, 2, 3. You could also send more testimonials or whatever, any other cool content you want in between. A lot of times we'll call them and make sure that they actually got it. Okay, so like, hey, just checking in. We're still putting your quote together. Just want to make sure that you were getting our emails and they weren't going to spam or anything. And yeah, we got them. Okay, so you're able to watch the video. You guys watch that. Okay, and they say, yeah, okay, perfect. Yeah, make sure you watch it. Because there's a few things that are in that video that I want to go over when we meet again on Thursday. So just make sure you guys watch it. They're short, they're 10 minutes. But just wanted to check in with you guys. So see you Thursday. All right. You can make a call like that. And you can also do your videos on a program called Loom, Loom, and it'll send you a notification when the person watches it, so you know that they watched it, right? And so that's what you do. You send it out in between, and then you go back for your second call, and then the selling has been done for you, right? You went in on the first call, you built rapport, you've left them with your binder that has just endless testimonials and pictures and everything. They're totally sold on that. And then they got your presentation, which is the same presentation, killer sales reps at huge companies use that works. They got that, but you didn't actually have to go in and do a 2-hour-long presentation for them because you don't like selling, remember? And so you did everything that needs to be done. And so all you're going to do is you're going to go back to the house on the appointment day and just basically be like, hey, did you guys got the videos I sent you? Yeah, we got them. Okay. You guys watched them all? Yeah, we watched them. Perfect. Did you like it? What'd you guys think? What'd you guys think about it? Yeah, we loved it. Yeah, we like, we like how you do this. We like how you do that. Okay, awesome. So, here's the price. All right, it's this. I can give you this discount. Here's the today price. Finance, cash. What works best for you? You just go right into the close. That's it, right? And you don't even have to do all that. You can just go in, ask them if they got the videos, ask if they like it. You could ask them like what they like best about it to kind of bring everything up fresh in their mind. And then you could just simply give them the price if you want. Okay, cool. So, for, the project we talked about, you're going to get, this, 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 you're going to get these cabinets, this, do a stack of all the benefits. And for that, the price, I could do this whole job for only like 60,000. Sound good? And that's it. That's all you got to say. I could do this job. Here's all the benefits you're getting, and I could do this job for only 60,000. Sound good? And that's it. And if you don't want to sell, you don't even have to take it any further than that. If they say they want to think about it, cool. If they say no, cool. At that point, you don't even have to do any selling. You can just leave, and they can call you back if they want. But you put yourself way ahead by doing all the pre-selling before you got to the appointment, right? You got rid of all the think about it stuff most of the time because they just got bombarded with information between your first meeting and the time that you came back. Okay, so they've had all the information, they've had time to think about it. And so that alone is going to close a lot more deals for you. Okay. Another thing you could do is you could do it over the phone, like the second call. And that's what we did during COVID. We ran that second call, either over a Zoom call or over the phone, and we did the same thing, right? We just call them up. Hey, this is Kevin with Powerhouse Renovations. How you guys doing? Awesome. So yeah, to kind of jump into this, just wanted to firstly make sure you guys get those videos I sent you about the company and the products we use and the installation process. Yeah, we got them. Okay, awesome. What'd you think? Did you guys like them? Yeah, we liked it. Cool. What were a couple things that you guys kind of stood out for you guys, if you don't mind me asking? And they tell you, awesome. So I got this all put together for you guys, and I think I got some good news. I think you're gonna like it. So basically, we're gonna do the cabinets. We're gonna do this, everything just the way you guys want it, and we could do this for only 60,000. That's the only price you're gonna pay. We don't do change orders unless you guys want to actually change the scope of the project. That price I tell you today is the only price you're gonna pay, and we can get it done for only 60,000. Sound fair? That's it. Okay, you can do it over the phone as well. So that's basically it as far as that goes. So that's a way, obviously you're going to have to record the videos. Okay. So, just record the videos, right? I mean, there's no way around that. Like, you're going to have to put some time into it, right? It's nothing's going to just fall from the heavens in your lap. You have to put some time in, record those videos. But once you have those videos, you can put that in an email sequence to where every single appointment you go to, you book the follow-up appointment, those emails automatically go out. They do all the selling for you, right? You give an awesome presentation. And then once you get back to the house, you can simply ask for the order because the selling has already been done. Okay. And then if you want to follow up with them, if they say no, or they say they got to think about it or something on that second meeting, basically all we do over here is, we'll try to do a rehash appointment where we actually get back in the house and, do some more selling. But after that, all we really do is we just send them like more testimonials and stuff and like pictures of jobs that we're working on, pictures of jobs that finished up. We just kind of send them a bunch of cool stuff for like a week. And then at the end of each week, we call them and we say the same thing. Hey, how's it going? This is Kevin with Powerhouse. How are you guys? Awesome. Hey, did you get that stuff I've been sending you? Yeah, we got it. Awesome. Did you like it? Yeah, we liked it. Okay, cool. So yeah, I just wanted to see if, my guys are going to be tied up till next Thursday, but we can get started on Friday. If that's the road you guys still want to go down. Right. Oh, well, we're still thinking about it. Yeah, no problem. And then next week, testimonials, case studies, before and after pictures, whatever other cool shit I want to send. I'm going to call them again. Hey, did you guys get the info I sent you? Cool. I know you wanted to think about it, but, whatever. Right? You just keep doing the same thing over and over again. And that's pretty much it. So, not sure how long this podcast was. I tried to cover that as quick as possible. I probably rambled a little bit, but that is the 2-call system. So I don't know if that was helpful. I mean, it could just be like, yeah, that's fucking simple. Like, I don't know why you made a whole podcast about it. It's common sense. or you might think it's cool. I'm not sure, but that's a way you can do it if you're uncomfortable with selling. So if you have any questions about like putting the sales presentation together, or if you even want like I could probably send you guys maybe like our like one of our videos, like our company story or something, so you can kind of see how it's structured. Um, we just did it with like slides. Like mine's just slides. Like our first slide is like the logo all big and like our slogan and stuff. And then we just have like black and white slides basically with a few pictures on there. It's probably best to like do it like direct to camera, like an actual video of yourself. But if you don't want to do that, like I'm not a big camera guy, you can just do slides as well, and it's closed millions of dollars of in business for us, so it works, right? So that's about it, guys. I appreciate you listening to this. If you found it helpful, or if you just want to support me on the show, um, drop a comment. If you're seeing this on YouTube, like it, subscribe to the podcast. I want to start doing these things more often. So any support would be nice. But that's it for today. And I'll see you guys on the next episode. Thanks.